actually taken conversations from LinkedIn and turned them into leads. That's right. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hey everyone, I am Jake, the creative director here at Array Digital, and I am on with Kevin Daisy, one of our founders and our chief marketing officer. So today we are going to be talking about networking in this new world that we're living in. So Kevin, I look at Kevin as an expert on networking and on LinkedIn. He has more than 17,000 LinkedIn followers, and he really utilizes LinkedIn to build up leads and network. So today we're going to be talking about LinkedIn and also some other networking opportunities and networking events that Kevin's been on.
I mean, I check LinkedIn every day. So as far as how often I post, it could be once a day at least. But sometimes I don't post, depending on what day it is. And then sometimes, depending on what kind of day it is, I might post multiple times in a day. So I think yesterday I posted 2, 3 times. So it just
Cool.
really depends on what I got. I don't generally like to just share random things that I don't think are valuable. So I make sure I have decent content and stuff that I think is going to get some movement. So.
Yeah. So what type of stuff do you find that gets movement?
So for us or for me, really, things that really work well are if we have won an award, if anything that has photos with our team and people or with clients. Um, I try to I try to do my best to highlight our team members often. So I know I just posted one, well, about you, Jake. And just to set the record straight, Jake has 17,000 followers. So me and him are like neck and neck right now.
Yeah,
So
Kevin caught up.
he knows what he's doing, so he's got plenty to share too. Um, but I just shared we just promoted Jake to creative director, so I shared a post about that. That's got probably 5,000 views and 78, you know, interactions and comments. So those kinds of posts work the best. Um,
So those
and so
get
if you just
a lot of likes and comments.
yeah.
But you've actually taken conversations from LinkedIn and turned them into leads. That's right. So
Absolutely,
yeah.
yeah, absolutely. So and some from posts that I put out. Maybe I'll get a comment or I'll get someone to respond or I'll get someone to message me and it's turned into a potential lead or a new client in some cases.
Okay.
Um,
And is that's just from connecting with someone and then starting a conversation, or have they like, commented on one of your posts?
Both, I guess. I see people that interact and I keep an eye out on who's interacting. Sometimes there's a trend, and then sometimes you'll see those people. They might comment, they might like something, and then you'll see that they've messaged you at some point in time. So it's not it's putting out good content, right? And you gotta build your audience, and eventually, when the time's right, when they have a need, they're gonna go to you possibly to fulfill that need. So if they followed and interacted with my content over time, so I've kind of built up in the back of their mind of, okay, who does marketing, who does this marketing, who can help me, and then the goal is that they remember me and us, and they reach out.
Awesome. Yeah. I, that's the approach that we take with a lot of the clients is position yourself as an expert, and you've definitely done that on your LinkedIn with the constant posting, and then connecting with prospects, and um, it you're connecting with a lot of people, but also there's a stream of constant connection requests coming your way. So how do you think that that all came about? I know that there was one day where there was a few coming in, and the next day there was 100 connection requests coming in.
Yeah, so I saw a huge uptick this early or I guess late winter, so after January. One of it was because of my settings. So I had kind of made my settings to where you can only follow me, you can't connect with me, and there's a difference there. And so one of the things I will talk about here in a minute is a tip for how you should look at LinkedIn and how you should use it. But one of the things you can only follow me. So if someone was to do a search and find me in their list, when they do a search for a typical, a type of position or whatever it may be, I would have a different button than most people. It wouldn't be like to send a connection request, but it would be just a follow. And I think people are less interested in following people and more interested in connecting with people.
Yeah.
And so I was still getting 10 a day or more. Once I made that setting change, I did some research and I checked it out and I did that setting change, and I literally got a crazy amount of connection requests. My profile views, I got like a couple thousand in a week. And, I went from like 700 profile views to like 30 some hundred profile views.
Wow.
And that's still pretty high right now. I think it's 30 some hundred right now, which that's many people have looked at your profile. And so I was just like blown away by how many connection requests I was putting. And so
Yeah.
really, I think what I did is LinkedIn somehow put me in an algorithm change where I was now showing up. And what the research I did, I was now showing up in the recommended connections. Like if you go to network and it has all those recommended ones, what I found was I was showing up in that space a lot more. So
yeah, I mean, it's when you optimize that profile, you're definitely showing up more. And I switched the same setting because I know that we're limited to a certain number of connections. So I just switched it over to only have followers. But I saw that same change there. Lots more connection requests coming in. Looks like we have some comments. So
Okay.
Elizabeth Hawker said, love how you said you're highlighting your team. That's yeah, we definitely try to highlight our team on every platform. Susan, we're set. How do we get a post from a website to populate? When I post, just a link shows up, not the article. So that would be in your we use all-in-one SEO plugin. So that'll allow you to do that featured image, that LinkedIn card, which you can add a specific image and then a little description there.
Yeah, I think you're talking about connections. You're limited to 30,000, so eventually LinkedIn's going to automatically force the follow only. But until you get there, you might as well just open it back up and allow for as many people to connect with you as possible. So I think one of the things I'll just add, is how I generally use LinkedIn. And then I'll, kind of give you a tip on some of the settings at the end. But yeah, really, I use it to build my professional network, a real professional network. So not just connecting with as many people as you can. You want to do that, but you want to try to do something more with that. And so I use it for prospecting for new business. And then also it helps us with talent. So when we're hiring, I mean, Eric and I and Jake can put out a post and not even have to pay anything. And we're going to get a ton of people that are interested to come work for us. Again, we use LinkedIn to paint the company in a good light, to highlight us as an awesome company and put out good information, highlight our team, and people just want to work here. And they should want to work here. But we use it for a lot of different purposes. And at the end of the day, that all adds up to lead to new clients. They see that we look at an awesome company, people want to work here, we do good work, we have good people. And that all lends itself when we're trying to meet with a prospect, or if Glenn is out talking to a prospect, all that helps. When they say, "Hey, I've heard about you guys, I see you everywhere, you're winning awards, your team looks great," that all helps. And so LinkedIn lets me kind of put that out there to the world.
Yeah, I think actually Shannon, who handles our social media, she found us on LinkedIn. She connected with Eric and said, "Hey, I've been following you guys for a while and would love to work with you." So yeah, that was awesome that we've just been putting out content and people coming our way. So you've also been on a lot of video presentations and different podcasts lately, and I think you mentioned that you got those connections and those lined up through LinkedIn as well. So that's pretty huge.
Yeah, absolutely. So I was on 3 this week that are video presentations. So basically, I was the speaker, but of course, we can't do it in person, so you can only do video. But I was on 3 this week. I was on a podcast yesterday. Actually, this is an interesting one. This is all through LinkedIn too. I was on a video with ECPI University, and it's supposed to be open to all the students. So it's like 16 campuses and I don't know, between 8 and 11,000 students. And it's actually posted up on their website for all students to have access to as well. But I got that because I just posting. So she reached out and said, "Hey, we're looking for business owners that are talking positively and not negatively in a time like this. And we're looking for someone like that. And we saw some of your posts, and we feel that you'd be a great speaker." And so, really, that was from a LinkedIn post they saw. They reached out to me and said, "Hey, we would like to have you on." So, again, just another way that just posting can lead to more. So,
Yeah, the positive posts during this time, you've definitely been great about that. I know you posted about um, the couple awards that we've won and lot of positivity. We've also got the emergency stimulus package, so we're helping out small
month 3.
businesses. Yep. So yeah, if you want to tell our live stream audience a little bit more about that, I think that's good for a lot of the people that tune in. Um, tell them about the
Yeah, I
award.
mean, we're trying to do everything we can to stay in business, of course, and keep everyone employed, to help our clients as much as we can. So we've worked with every client individually to help them in one way or another if they need help um, in any way they need it. And we've also come up with a package to help anyone that's looking to market or needs to market and advertise, but now is not the best time for them financially. That we're giving basically a whole month of all our services, which can be tens of thousands of dollars depending on what it is, for free. So that gives them a buffer. It gets them to get things started, a strategy, and implement actually marketing before having to pay for it, and that gives them a little bit of a break, so that hopefully things start to come back to normal, hopefully soon as possible. They'll be ahead of the game. The people that are doing well right now are the ones that already had a established social media presence. They can reach out to their customers right away to say, "Hey, we can't you can't come here, but now we're delivering, now we're doing curbside." Now if you didn't have that network, you have no way of building it at this point. People can't actually physically come there and interact and use your service. So the ones that are winning right now, the ones that have invested in the past, and you should never stop marketing and advertising, especially in a time like this. Although it's hard because money's tight. So anyway, yeah, the 1 month free. Reach out if you're interested, and we can talk to you about it.
Cool. All right. So we talked a lot about your LinkedIn and how you're using LinkedIn to, highlight a lot of the positivity and, you're getting a lot of connection requests, you're connecting with prospects, it's leading to new business, it's leading to speaking engagements, a lot of which is, and you set a lot of New Year's resolutions this year and the LinkedIn game is really, helping to get a lot of that knocked out. We have a bunch of people listening right now and what we want to do is a giveaway. So we're going to have Sean's going to put it up on the screen where you can text in, and everyone can text in. We're giving away a consulting session with Kevin, where Kevin will help you to modify your LinkedIn profile because your LinkedIn profile is a big component of all of this. You want to be showing up in search results. So we're a digital marketing agency, and uh, Kevin and I have tailored our profiles around the keyword digital marketing. So when people search, we're working on coming up in the search results for digital marketing. But whatever business that you're in, we can help you to modify your LinkedIn profile, and then we can give you some tips on the types of posts you should be putting out and how to connect, how to follow up with people. So yeah, text in. Sean will have that up on the screen and um, give you guys a few seconds to text in, and then we will choose a winner for that. And then while you guys are texting in, um, we can. So yeah, you'll text array to 38470. Sorry guys, I can't see the slides that are going right now. So that text array to 38470, and we'll do a LinkedIn consulting session with our very own Kevin Daisy, and he'll help you to get
well, and
connected.
without a doubt, I mean, and we can leverage Jake too, but without a doubt, we can find something that we can fix that could help benefit you for sure. Usually, it's a lot of stuff. I mean, I did a like a live audit yesterday on video with possibly thousands of students, and most students don't probably even use LinkedIn. And if you are a student, take it serious, use it. It can change your life, your professional life, connecting with owners and operators and hiring managers. Literally, you can connect with these people and talk to them, and they'll most likely respond. So, but regardless, we can definitely find something that you can improve, and it'll help you one way or another. So,
yeah, actually, funny thing about connecting with people that are hiring. So the way that Kevin and I met, I was the company I was working for closed down, and Kevin's wife is a recruiter, and she was looking for candidates for a position, a digital marketing specialist position. And yeah, she found me on LinkedIn, and we did a Skype interview, and yeah, here we are 3 years later. So yeah, LinkedIn is definitely a very powerful tool. There are also a lot of other networking opportunities going on. So I know that we talked about you presenting, but I've been in a few other kind of networking events on Zoom. On Wednesday, I was in a BNI group. A few years ago, I had been in a BNI group with Owen Van Sickle and Jerry Trickey, a lot of other guys that are in the area. And I hadn't attended the group in a while, but Jerry Trickey, he invited me out. He's my realtor, and so he invited me to be a guest at the BNI meeting. And it seemed like the perfect opportunity, because I didn't have to drive 30 minutes in traffic at 8 a.m. to Norfolk, and didn't have to spend 3 hours of my day in commuting at the meeting. I was able to just log on, have the meeting, network with everyone, and then log off that meeting, hop back onto my next one, and get my day rolling. So I think that's a huge benefit of this new age of networking, is we can just hop right on a Zoom call with people. And yeah,
it's been great. I've actually been on a bunch. I just was invited one, literally when we were about to start this, I was invited to be on like a national CEO like roundtable. And it was, a real invite from a real person that are looking for people to be part of it. Chris Ruddick, a good friend of ours, I've been doing some roundtable like mastermind calls with them on Zoom. It's really business owners and people getting together to go, hey, what do we do? There's tons of these groups that have started. And so LinkedIn's been a great resource for that. I've been on plenty of these calls, and I'm invited to more of them all the time. And it's going to be the new norm. So just, it's something we're doing right now, but it's going to continue. And Jake, when we met, we did a Skype interview because you were out of the country. So, you get used to video and be prepared to continue to use this as a platform. But LinkedIn has led to a lot of outside discussions and video discussions and calls, podcasts, you name it. So it's been huge.
Yeah. One other thing with the Zoom calls is yesterday. So we have company lunch every other week, and we have some of our team members that work remotely. So Tennessee and Florida, and then the team here in Chesapeake, Virginia Beach area, we'll go out to lunch every other week, and the team down in Florida will go out to lunch every other week. But yesterday we were able to, everyone, had their lunch in front of them, in front of the computer, and we all just, put the work aside for an hour, and we just, hung out. And it was great because we've never actually had a company lunch with the entire company at once. The only time that we really do that is when it's a work meeting or our holiday party. So there's a great
Yeah.
chance to get everyone together and um, you know continues to show the great company culture that we have. So I really enjoyed that.
I guess just a reminder, if anyone's got any comments or questions about LinkedIn, let us know. Put them in the comments, and we'll try to answer your questions right now.
So I think let's see. Yeah, I think we covered most of the comments. Tim McDaniel said, "I like being vulnerable online without oversharing." I dig that.
Yep.
And then
Good.
Elizabeth said she agreed. I don't like follow. I want to connect with humans, human to human. Yep. So yeah, that
Yeah.
I feel like we made that mistake with that setting for a little while, but I'm glad that we switched it back. It's we that's what LinkedIn's all about is connecting human to human. Um,
I just a few tips on that. I can share. Well, just a few tips on LinkedIn, I guess, that I was planning to share. Really, you know, rethink about how you use LinkedIn. I think that's the first thing. Think about Instagram or Twitter. You don't limit how many people can follow you. You want as many followers as possible. So most people keep their LinkedIn all shut down, and if they don't know the person personally, they won't connect with them. And I'm not saying you don't want to do that and connect with people that you know, but go set it to public, and then go set your following setting to everyone. It opens up your chances. And when you're posting, you want the biggest audience possible. If right now someone says, "Well, Kevin, do you want 1 million people watching your stuff, or do you want 1,000 people watching your stuff?" Well, I want 1 million. So open it all up. You change those settings, you're going to start to get more requests. Now, you'll get crappy ones and people from out of the country and whatever and spam. Ignore those, don't connect with them. But the rest, I'd say open yourself up. And that's what I've kind of done. And it's really shot my stuff through the roof. So I would say rethink about how you look at LinkedIn. It's not just a resume that you update once a year or once you change your career, with some of the company. Be interactive with it and put yourself out there. It's a safer place to be putting yourself out than it is on Facebook or Instagram. So just think about that. Make those setting changes. Another thing I think would help too, just real quick, is with the content. So I created a design board that I call social themes, and I have a theme for each day, and I kind of rotate those around a little bit. But it allows me to design my post ahead of time, and I have a purpose for that day that I'm going to share, and I'll mix it up. But that I have a plan for each day, and I have a theme that I'm kind of following, and that keeps things consistent too.
yeah,
So
that's a
just
good
another
approach.
trick you can use.
Awesome. Cool. Yeah, keeping your profile updated is super important. Um, Elizabeth commented, LinkedIn is the first place I vet someone before I meet with them. The importance of a great profile validates it's worth meeting. So, yeah, absolutely.
Another tip, something me
Um,
and Eric are doing, which is working really well, is we're not spamming people, but we're messaging people. So if you connect with me, we're using Zapier to our advantage. It'll actually give me a task to go connect. So Elizabeth, I know you're watching. So if Elizabeth's connecting with me right now, and I don't really know Elizabeth, I will get a task that says connect with Elizabeth, and all I do is go to Elizabeth's profile. It puts a link in there for me, and I connect with her or message her. Sorry, it tells me to message her, and I'll say, "Hey, Elizabeth, my name's Kevin. I run a marketing agency in Chesapeake." That's it. That's all there's to it. They may respond, they might not. They might just say hi, whatever, but it gets some conversation going. And then I have another message that goes another week or two out where I'll just say, "Hey, do you listen to podcasts? If so, I have a podcast called Journey to 100 Million." And if they respond and say, "Yeah, I'd like to hear it," then I'll send the link to them. How that's really worked well is, actively connecting with podcast host, which I do every week. I just go and find some host and I just connect with them. I don't know them. I just connect with them. And then if they get connected with me, that automated um, task goes out. So now when I ask them, "Hey, do you like podcasts? I have a podcast." Most of them respond with, "Oh, I have a podcast too. Why don't we, can I be a guest on yours? And maybe you can be a guest on mine." and now I'm going to be on, I guess, on a podcast and get in front of a whole other network of people. So that's been really working well.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, being a guest host on a lot of podcasts has, helped get your name and the company name out there. With those messages, though, we've also increased the number of downloads on our podcast from
Oh, yeah.
about, I think it was about 3,000 people every 30 days, and now it's just under 10,000 people every 30 days. So that has done wonders for our podcast downloads.
Yeah. So, think about doing something like I'm talking about. It's not spammy. You don't want to just sell your services or whatever, but just doing a message to everyone. It takes a while. Like I literally can't keep up. I got like 101 day assigned to me just from the system. And I'm like, geez. So, but I go through and I do each one. I'll do, 20 sometimes at a time every morning and kind of try to keep up with it. But that puts my name and message in front of each person. And again, they might not respond. They might not give a crap, but it leads to a lot of conversations. So if you're just on LinkedIn and you're just silent and you're not doing anything, you're not going to get anything out of it. It's reality.
Absolutely. So we have a comment from Eric J. Olson. What are your thoughts on accepting connection requests from anyone who requests? Do you pick and choose who to accept, like what industry they're in?
Gotcha. So I used to be a little pickier with that. And I don't know who this Eric J. Olson guy is. I've heard of him, but I used to be pickier. Now I just if I don't think it's like an Indian-based company trying to sell me outsourcing services, or if it's like just it looks someone that just looks random, or if their title, like their tagline is like, I help, people that own companies like Array Digital, or something random like that. I won't connect with them because they're going to immediately spam you. Like it's almost immediate. So other than that, I connect with everybody. So if you look normal, you look decent, and you look based in the U.S., I'm going to connect with you. Again, I want to build up my network to be as large as possible in my audience, and so that's the kind of the route I've taken. I know in the past, Eric J. Olson here is he's not said connect with anybody or removed like some connections as well. And so I think we both tested those theories out. For me right now, I'm just if you look normal and you're not going to spam me, I'm going to connect with you, and I want to build my audience. So when I post something, it gets as many eyeballs as possible.
Yeah, so I definitely take the same approach. If you don't have a profile picture or
Yeah.
that's the one big thing there. And then also you can, when you're connecting with someone, you can insert a custom message rather than just sending a connection request. And we used to, every time that we sent a connection request, we would include that message. But now I'm finding that a lot of people who are sending me those messages are immediately trying to sell. So those are the people that I don't accept, and the people that I do accept are just the ones that have sent me a connection request. Like I'd rather have that conversation after the fact than you immediately trying to sell me on something.
Well, so yeah, I've actually seen research out there that not putting a message in with your connection request gets you more connections, because the message you're kind of guessing, like hope most people like this message, and it's usually just, hey, I do this and this is all the services I offer. And yeah, I don't want to get those messages. It just clogs up my inbox. Like, because when you hit connect, the message comes right into your inbox, and I already read it in the preview in the connections list. So, unless it's like, hey, Kevin, I really, I heard about you through this person, and I want to talk to you about doing work for us. Those are rare, but if you see that, of course, but it's just so clogged up with a sales pitch. And so, yeah, I'm the same way. I'm less likely to connect with you if you put a bunch of crap in the message box for the connection request.
Yeah. All right. So we have another comment from Susan. What is the best way to push out our company LinkedIn page?
So we don't put a huge effort in company followers, I guess, and it's just harder on LinkedIn. That's just the reality. People want to connect with people. Of course, we want to encourage you to follow our page and build that following. I know now that LinkedIn has a way, almost like you're making a connection request with someone, that you can actually ask people to follow your page. So that's a new feature, I believe. I'm not familiar with it. We haven't done it for our page, but I get connection requests all the time that say XYZ person who I'm connected with already has asked you to follow this business page.
Yeah,
And
so
I'm
you go to the business page if you're an admin, and you can invite people. It limits you to I think about 20 a day. I'll have to
yeah.
confirm that.
Okay.
But you can invite about, I think, about 20 people a day to like your page. And yeah, I agree though. We stray towards just using personal profiles rather than company profile. We'll post maybe 1 to 2 times a week on the company profile, but as we talked
Yeah,
about, we have
it's important.
7,000 followers. Why would
It's
we?
important. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
I go check company profiles all the time, like companies that we're going to work for or whatever. I go check their company profile and see, okay, they're engaged, they're in business, they're relevant, they exist, and they're putting stuff out there. So I think you need to stay up with it, but don't expect to have massive followings on your LinkedIn company page. It's just not going to happen. And so that feature does exist where you can invite people. But here's another trick, and I've already used it. You can turn off that on your personal profile. So I got it to where I don't get those requests.
yeah,
So that's another thing to be mindful of, is people can turn off the ability for you to ask them to follow the page. So, and that's what I did. I was tired of seeing them.
yeah. So we get most of our followers on our LinkedIn profile when we post a job on LinkedIn, because when people apply, there's a setting that people will automatically follow your business page. So that's where a lot of our followers came from. But yeah, we definitely put more of a focus with ourselves and our clients on the personal profiles. If we're managing any LinkedIn, we're going to manage the personal profile of one of the owners or sales team, so that we can post on their behalf and they can make those personal connection requests, because you can't connect with people from a business profile. So, that human to human interaction is the way to go.
Yep. That's the way. The way to do it.
So,
Got any more
yeah,
questions?
yeah. If anyone has any more questions, please post them in the comments. We have another live stream next week on how to repurpose content, which will be, uh, fantastic as you're starting to get your LinkedIn profile up to date, or you're ramping up after this live stream here. So, yeah, Eric and Shannon will be on next week's live stream, talking about repurposing content. So if you've um, created a blog post or shot a video, repurposing that content across the internet will be great.
Yeah.
Also, as the president-elect for the American Marketing Association, I want to give them a little plug. We will be having a virtual happy hour on May 7th at 5 p.m. So that'll be a great way to network with um, people that are interested in marketing. So we will have a Facebook event up on the American Marketing Association Hampton Roads page shortly. And yeah, let's do that
Do we have a
giveaway.
winner?
Yeah, let me
Do we have a winner?
pull that up real quick.
Oh yeah. In other news, I think I've already shared some of this, but it's Jason Bonvieri, who's been with me for quite a long time. It's his birthday today, so Jason, happy birthday! And then I think Wednesday was Glenn, his 1 year anniversary. So congrats on that. And also, are we're doing some hiring possibly there, right, Jake?
Yeah, so we are still looking for a salesperson, and we will have a job description up soon for an SEO specialist. So looking to grow the team for sure. All right. So the phone number that texted in, we just did a randomizer here. So 757-932-6978. We will reach out to you and we'll set up that consultation for Kevin and probably myself to do an audit of your LinkedIn profile and help you start to improve your networking online.
Yeah, we can do a complete deep dive, go through each section of the profile with you, and help you, get everything in place, images, graphics, whatever you need, and send you on your way.
Awesome. All right. I think that's it for today, guys. So appreciate everyone tuning in, and join us next week for the live stream on how to repurpose content. And if you want to get notifications on our upcoming live streams, you can still text in array to 38470. We send out a text just once a week to let everyone know to go to thisisarray.live, and you can join in on our live streams.
Excellent.
All right.
All right, guys. Stay safe. See you soon.